Раздел 4. Страница 25.
There is, there are.
Единственное число.
There is a cake on the plate. There's a cake on the plate. There isn't a cake on the plate.
В вопросительном предложении порядок слов меняется на обратный.
Is there a cake on the plate?
Множественное число.
There are some cakes on the plate. There aren't any cakes on the plate. Are there any cakes on the plate?
Страница 27.
A flower means one flower. Some flowers means more than one flower. A few flowers means more than one, but not many flowers. Many flowers means lots of flowers, that is, more than a few. How many flowers is the question form.
Some wine means not a lot, not a little, somewhere in between. A little wine means not much wine. Much wine means a lot of wine. How much wine is the question form.
How many flowers?
How much wine?
There are not many flowers.
There isn't much wine. There is definitely a lot of beer left.
Диалог. Страница 28.
I'm going shopping. Do we need any eggs? I don't know, Mummy. Have a look in the fridge, please. Are there any eggs? Yes, there are. How many are there? Only 3. We need some more. Is there any milk? Only a little. How much cheese is there? About a pound. We don't need any more then. What else is there? There are 2 bottles of beer, half a chicken, and a chocolate pudding. Is there any fish? No, there isn't.
I think we need some tobacco.
No, we don't.
But there isn't any.
Yes, there is. It's in the dining room.
We need some beer. There isn't any.
Yes, there is. There are 2 bottles in the fridge.
That's not enough. We need some more.
Раздел 5. Страница 32. Притяжательные формы. Упражнение 12.
This hat belongs to an old lady. It is an old lady's. This hat belongs to an old lady. It is an old lady's hat. These hats belong to old ladies. They are old ladies' hats.
This helmet belongs to a policeman. It's a policeman's helmet. Helmets. Policeman. They are policemen's. These helmets belong to policemen. They are policemen's helmets.
This hat, clown. It is hat. This hat belongs to a clown. It is a clown's hat. These hats belong to clowns. They are clowns' hats.
That helmet belongs to an astronaut. It's an astronaut's helmet. Those helmets, those helmets belong to astronauts. They are astronauts' helmets.
That crown, the Queen. The Queen's crown. That crown belongs to the Queen. It's the Queen's crown.
Those hats, sailors. Those hats belong to sailors. They are sailors' hats.
Whose hat is this? It's... Whose hat is this? It's the cowboy's.
Whose hat is that? Old lady's. Whose hat is that? It's the old lady's.
Whose helmets are these? The policeman's. Whose helmets are these? They are the policemen's.
Whose? They're the sailors'. Whose hats are those? They're the sailors'.
Whose hat is that? The cowboy's or the clown's? Whose hat is that? The cowboy's or the clown's? The clown's.
This is my hat means it's mine. It also means it belongs to me. That is your hat means it's yours. It also means it belongs to you. That's his helmet means it's his. It also means it belongs to him.
That's the old lady's hat means it's hers. It also means it belongs to her. These are our hats means they're ours. It also means they belong to us. Those are the sailors' hats means they're theirs. It also means they belong to the sailors.
Раздел 6. Страница 34. Простые вопросительные формы.
Whose file is that?
A man called Stubbs.
What is his Christian name?
Bert.
How old is he?
He's 58.
What does he look like?
He has short hair and he is ugly.
Is he married?
No, he's single.
What's his job?
He hasn't got a job. He's a thief.
What kind of thief is he?
He's a burglar.
Where was he born?
In Liverpool.
Where does he live?
He lives in Preston.
How far is that from London?
It's about 200 miles.
Is the form signed?
Yes, it is.
What day is it signed?
29th of November, 1982.
Страница 36. Употребление форм can, can't в простом настоящем времени.
I can swim means I know how to swim. She can't cook means she doesn't know how to cook.
Joe is a very clever bank robber. He can climb walls. He can also climb down from high windows. He can open locked doors. He can open safes too. He can run fast. He can drive as well. He isn't very clever. He can't drive. He can't run very fast either.
Страница 37. Обратите особое внимание на употребление слов
Also, too, as well, either.
I can cook. I can also sew. I can play the guitar. I can play the piano too. She can't sing. She can't dance either. Joe is older than his brother. Bert is younger than his brother.
Раздел 7. Страница 37. Сравнительные обороты.
Old, older than. Dark, darker than. Clever, cleverer than. Gentle, gentler than.
Раздел 7. Часть 2.
Important. Incredible. Dangerous. Slowly. Awful. Quickly. Joe is a more dangerous criminal than Bert. Bert is a less dangerous criminal than Joe. Joe can run more quickly than his brother.
Образование некоторых сравнительных форм отличается от общих правил.
Good, better than. Bad, worse than. Little, less than. Far, farther than.
Раздел 8. Страница 42. Выражение будущего времени.
I am going to work tomorrow. Are you going to work tomorrow?
Tom is going to buy a car next week.
We're going to invite Mary to the party tomorrow.
It isn't going to rain.
He is going to be ill soon.
They're going to start work in a few minutes.
We're going to move house in 3 months' time.
He's going to buy it in a fortnight.
It's going to rain in a moment.
Страница 46. Упражнение 21. Ответьте на вопросы к рисунку во время паузы.
Where are the jewels?
They are in the drawer.
Where is the fur coat?
It is wardrobe. It is in the wardrobe.
Where is the handbag?
It's on the table.
Where is the painting?
It's on the wall.
Is the wardrobe in front of Bert or behind him?
It's in front of Bert.
Where is the lady standing?
She's standing behind the door.
Where is the policeman? Inside the room or outside?
He is outside the room.
What is Bert going to do with his gloves?
He is put them on. He is going to put them on.
What is the lady going to do?
She is hit Bert. She is going to hit Bert.
What's the clock going to do in 2 minutes' time?
It's strike. It's going to strike.
What is the policeman going to do?
He's arrest Bert. He's going to arrest Bert.
Where's the policeman going to take him?
He's prison. He's going to take him to prison.
Does Bert know what's going to happen to him?
No, he doesn't.
What does he think he's going to do?
He thinks he's going to steal things.
Диалог. Страница 47.
Tell me, am I going to have a happy future? I can't see very much yet. Wait a moment. Am I going to meet anyone? Yes, you are. I can see a tall, dark man. He's going to take you out in his sports car. When am I going to meet him? In about 2 years' time. Here is something else. You're going to take an exam. That's right. Am I going to pass? I can see a dark cloud. I'm sorry, dear. That means you're going to fail. Oh, no. Oh, what's the matter? What else is going to happen? You're going to break a mirror, and a lot of unlucky things are going to follow. Oh, what kind of things? I'm afraid you're going to have a lot of accidents. You're going to fall off a horse, and then you're going to fall into a lake. You're even going to fall out of bed. Fall out of bed? What about the man in the sports car? Can you still see him? Yes, I can. He's coming out of church beside a girl in a white dress. They are going to get into a car. It says Just married. The girl isn't you, I'm afraid. How much are you going to charge me for telling me all this? Only 75p, dear. Wait a moment. I can see someone in the crystal ball now. Oh, yes? What can you see? A very angry girl, and she says she isn't going to pay you.
Страница 52. Употребление простого прошедшего времени. Примеры.
I met Jill, or I didn't meet Jill, yesterday, in 1976, last year, on Saturday, at 6 p.m. I talked to Jill at the party, on Saturday night. I didn't talk to Jill after lunch, in the afternoon. Jill worked in an office for 3 years, 1975 to 1978. She doesn't work there now. It's Thursday now. I met Jill last Monday. Means I met Jill 3 days ago.
Страница 53. Сандра смотрит свой ежедневник в воскресенье утром. Ее приятель спрашивает.
I didn't see you last week, Sandra. How did you spend your time?
Пользуясь рисунком, напишите ответы Сандры по образцу.
On Monday I went shopping and bought a dress and a hat. On Tuesday I went to the cinema and saw a film. On Wednesday I went to a disco and met David. On Thursday I went to the hairdresser's and read a magazine. On Friday I went to a restaurant, ate some fish. On Saturday I stayed at home and listened to a record.
Страница 56. Примеры.
I had an ice cream yesterday. Did you have an ice cream?
I didn't have an ice cream yesterday. I did the shopping on Saturday. Did you do the shopping?
I didn't do the shopping on Saturday.
Страница 56. Превосходные степени.
Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world.
Rolls-Royces are the most expensive cars in Britain.
Big, bigger, biggest.
Ugly, uglier, ugliest.
Better, the best. Worse, the worst.
More, the most. Less, the least.
Раздел 10. Выражение привычных действий в прошедшем времени. Страница 60.
I used to smoke 20 cigarettes a day. Now I smoke 5. My parents used to live in Scotland. Now they live in London.
Jean never used to eat much. Jean used not to eat much. Now she eats a lot.
Раздел 11. Страница 61. Настоящее совершенное время.
I have broken the bicycle. You have broken the bicycle.
We have broken the bicycle.
They have broken the bicycle.
I haven't mended the bicycle. You haven't mended the bicycle.
We haven't mended the bicycle.
They haven't mended the bicycle.
He has broken the bicycle. She has broken the bicycle. It has broken the bicycle.
He hasn't mended the bicycle. She hasn't mended the bicycle. It hasn't mended the bicycle.
Вопросительные формы.
Have I broken the bicycle?
Haven't you mended the bicycle?
Has she broken the bicycle?
Hasn't he mended the bicycle?
В разговорной речи используются сокращенные формы.
I've for I have. You've for you have. We've for we have. They've for they have.
He's for he has. She's for she has. It's for it has. John's for John has.
Примеры на странице 63.
I have drunk 4 cups of coffee today. I have drunk 4 cups of coffee this week. I have drunk 4 cups of coffee this month.
I have visited 8 countries this year. I have visited 8 countries in my life.
Упражнение 32. Страница 64. Заполните паузу одним из следующих причастий прошедшего времени.
Spent, eaten, drunk, used, seen, read, made, written.
How many cups of coffee have you this week? How many cups of coffee have you drunk this week?
How many films have you this week? How many films have you seen this week?
How many books have you this week? How many books have you read this week?
How many cakes have you this week? How many cakes have you eaten this week?
How many letters have you this week? How many letters have you written this week?
How many phone calls have you this week? How many phone calls have you made this week?
How much sugar have you this week? How much sugar have you used this week?
How much money have you this week? How much money have you spent this week?
How much petrol have you this week? How much petrol have you used this week?
How much Coca-Cola have you this week? How much Coca-Cola have you drunk this week?
Слова – индикаторы настоящего совершенного времени.
Already. Yet.
John has finished his lunch already. I haven't finished my lunch yet. Have you finished your lunch yet? Have you finished your lunch already?
Just. Recently. Lately.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Sandra is in bed and the alarm clock is ringing. She has just woken up. Tom has spent a lot of money recently.
Ever.
Have you ever seen a ghost? Have you ever eaten paella?
No, I have never seen a ghost. No, I have never eaten paella.
Страница 66. Примеры.
In my life I have been a student, a soldier and a farmer. Now I'm a businessman.
There have been a lot of wars in this country.
She has been ill, but she's better now.
It has been a good summer. There's been a lot of sun.
Have been to means have visited.
Have you ever been abroad? Means, have you ever visited any other countries?
Yes, I have. I've been to Japan once. This means one time. I've been to India twice. This means 2 times. I've been to America 5 times.
Раздел 12. Страница 67. Настоящее совершенное длительное время. Примеры.
Mr. Burns lit a cigar at 8 o'clock. It's 8:10 now, and he's still smoking it. He's been smoking a cigar since 8 o'clock.
Or
He's been smoking a cigar for 10 minutes.
Еще один пример из упражнения 34.
Tom went to sleep at 10 p.m. It's 3 a.m. now, and he's snoring. He has been sleeping since 10 o'clock. He has been sleeping for 5 hours.
Страница 69. Прослушайте это телевизионное интервью и ответьте на вопросы в упражнении 36.
Welcome to my life and memories. First, I want to begin by wishing you a happy birthday.
Thank you very much, dear.
How long have you been living in London, Elsie?
All my life. And I've loved every minute of it.
Have you ever been abroad?
Well, I used to go on day trips to Calais. That was when my husband was still alive.
I believe you've been married more than once.
Yes, I've been married twice and engaged 6 times.
Has London changed much since you were a little girl?
Good Lord, yes. There used not to be all those ugly high buildings, noisy supermarkets and horrible snack bars. People used to have more time for a laugh and a chat, and they used to enjoy their food too. On the other hand, most people are friendlier now than they used to be. They don't lose their tempers and shout so much.
That's interesting. Tell me, you used to be an actress, didn't you?
Used to be? I still am. I haven't retired yet. I've just started in a new play.
Really? How long have you been acting?
For the last 50 years. I've also been a singer and a dancer.
Our audience is different from what they used to be.
Oh, yes. They used to be much ruder than they are now. They used to shout and boo. I remember once, 40 years ago, they threw tomatoes at the actors. But now they have become very polite and the theatre has become less exciting.
Have you done everything that you wanted to in your life?
No, I haven't. I've never been to Hollywood.
Well, good luck. I hope you've enjoyed coming here tonight.
Раздел 13. Страница 71. Прошедшее длительное время. Примеры.
I was crossing the road. They weren't listening. Mr. Thompson's plane took off from Rome at 6 p.m. It landed in London at 8 p.m. At 7 p.m. he was sitting in the plane. The pilot was flying the plane. The air hostesses were serving a snack. Several passengers were sleeping.
Это конец второй стороны первой кассеты.